My name's Travis. I am 32 years old. I was born and raised in Cape Coral and Fort Myers, here in Southwest Florida. I grew up in a single-family home with my mother. She was an awesome lady. She raised me on her own, and then eventually found a husband who was my stepfather and raised me. So from a young age, I always enjoyed sports. I liked basketball, liked baseball. I enjoyed playing team sports. I liked being active. I liked running in middle school and going into high school. I loved to race people in competition. I remember around age 13, my mother divorced my stepfather, and I kind of rebelled after that. I was very angry. I was getting in a lot of fights at school. I decided one day on the baseball field to just sit down in the outfield and quit. I didn't want to play baseball anymore. Something I didn't realize till later in life is that was the time that I had started smoking marijuana. And after I had started smoking pot and hanging out with a group of people that was their main agenda for the day was smoke marijuana, hang out, party, and seek out women. After I quit baseball, I was caught in middle school selling pot, and I was kicked out of public school and sent to the Alternative Learning Center in Fort Myers. While attending school there, I realized that this wasn't the same as regular school. You know, everyone there was there for a reason, for selling drugs, fighting, making threats, you know, lots of different reasons, but we were all there pretty much as dysfunctional, bad kids, and we felt it when we were there. You know, the teachers kind of treated us that way, that, you know, we were different and we didn't deserve to go to public school because we were too bad. And at that time, I kind of maybe took on that and realized and made the decision that I was going to be a bad kid and probably drop out of high school and all those things. I remember in ninth grade, after I got out of the Alternative Learning Center, I was attending high school, and I would skip class all the time to go and get drunk or smoke weed, hang out, but I still enjoyed sports. So I went and I tried out for the basketball team. And I remember this clear. I was running down the court doing a double dribble exercise, and the coach came out and screamed, "Travis, what are you doing out here?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "You don't have the grades and you've missed too many days of school to even try out for the team." And I was like, oh, whatever, you know, and I got pissed and I got super angry and I went and got high. You know, that was my solution to him calling me out and saying that I had missed too many days and didn't have the grades. So my thinking at the time was very skewed, and I thought, well, I'll just go get high and drunk some more then. Shortly after that, I dropped out of high school. As a young adult, 18 years old, I started a business, and it was quite successful at the time. We were doing sales and marketing, and I had about 25 people working for me. At that time, one of the guys came to me and said, "Hey, you want to try something?" And I was like, "Man, I'll try anything." He knew that I smoked pot, knew that I drank, and he had opiates. I tried opiates for the first time at the age of 18, and I loved it. You know, I thought it was great. It gave me energy. It helped me to hide. You know, I could kind of be someone else when I was on the drug. And slowly but surely over the course of just a few months, I was using them every single day. And I remember the first time that I didn't have them, and I just felt sick, like I had the flu. I didn't know what was going on. I just thought something was wrong with me. And then later on, I realized that, once your body becomes addicted to the opiates, you get physically ill if you don't have them. So I was literally being enslaved by a substance at that point. I didn't connect the dots that it was the drugs, and it was me seeking out things like that were keeping me from success. I went to upstate New York seeking the same thing, trying to run and figure out a way to get away from the drugs, but I found them there too. At that point, I started using heroin intravenously, and that experience catapulted my addiction into the next phase, because I couldn't control it anymore at all. I had no control over my body. I had no control over my mind. I had no control over my spirit. And it just completely took over. Today I'm in recovery. Recovery for me is a new way of life. It's not just putting down the drugs. It's not just stopping drinking. It's a completely new way of life. Like I said before, some of the things I would have liked to have done or told myself to do when I was younger: get involved in a community of people that are all trying to seek the same thing, encourage and help others, because it's not just about me. So today I get to do that. I work in an environment that is spiritual, that is driven by disciplines and compassion for others, and I get to experience freedom from my own addiction and encourage others to seek the same thing. If I could go back to my teenage self, I would probably encourage myself to find a mentor, to find someone that I looked up to that was a positive role model for me. Someone that could speak into my life, someone that could encourage me, someone that could tell me when I was wrong, and I would trust it, because my mother tried to tell me many times that I was wrong, but I wouldn't listen to her, and there was lots of people in my life, but they were all the wrong influences. They were doing the same thing I was doing: getting high, drinking, using drugs. I would have told you that I am not a drug addict, that I don't have a problem, that the problem is you, the problem is my circumstance, the problem is my high school coach that wouldn't let me try out for the basketball team. Even though all those things are so untrue, I was completely blinded by it because of the substances and because of the way I was living. Honestly, from the heart, I was a problem. I was the one that would not listen or take advice or even seek out positive encouragement from people in my life. And I continue every day to seek those disciplines of recovery. If I had a chance to speak into someone's life who just began experimenting with opiates, I would want them to know that they are being deceived. They are being deceived. The feelings they have, the emotions that come along with the high, it's all a lie. It's not real. It's a substance in your body that's trying to steal your soul. It's trying to take you out and stop you from the greatness that you have inside of you. I would try to encourage them that they have something really great inside of them, and any substance they put into their body is going to be detrimental to that ever coming to fruition and ever coming out of them. And I would encourage them that the opiates will cause you to do things you never thought you would do. It will hurt people you thought you would never hurt. And you are worth so much more than that. And the people around you are worth so much more than that.